Hello students, today we are going to start political science and its first one lesson is post World War political developments. Actually in this lesson we are focusing our attention on the events which had happened after First World War and Second World War. Actually, in the civics textbooks, till now, we have studied about local self-government institutions like Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti, Municipal Corporation, etc. Even we studied India's constitution, its preamble, and its creation history also. Along with these, we have also studied about our political system or government structure. Here on the screen, we can see our government structure is given, and this government structure is classified into three categories like executive, legislature, and judiciary system. In this class, we are going to study India's relations with the world. You must have understood world geography. Through the study of geography, you must have become familiar with the world global events as well as global historical events through the study of history. When we think about the introduction of this lesson, in the first one point here on screen, we can see we are dependent on different persons, institutions, and organizations in the society for different reasons and for different facilities. Take an example of our day-to-day life. Actually, we live in a small family or big family. But when we think about our personal life, at that time, we use various types of services, we use various types of things in our day-to-day life. Actually, those services, those things are not produced in our house or in our family, but we bring those things from somewhere, like for example, we have to purchase any pen. If we have to purchase any grocery thing, at that time we go outside and we purchase that thing. Means we are not depend on ourselves, we are depend on some other person's institutions. Like that only, every nation is depend on some other nations. No one nation says that that nation is dependent, because the sources are indiscriminated. I will say this point in Hindi. मतलब जो सोर्सेस डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो चुके हैं नेचर के माध्यम से, हमारे आसपास जो रिसोर्सेस अवेलेबल है वो रिसोर्सेस नेचर के माध्यम से हमें मिले हैं, और ये जो सोर्सेस होते हैं वो अलग अलग जगह पे अलग अलग पाए जाते हैं। इसलिए कोई भी कंट्री ऐसा नहीं बोल सकता है कि वो सेल्फ डिपेंड है, उसको किसी न किसी चीज़ की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, इसलिए वो दूसरे कंट्री के ऊपर डिपेंड होता है। इसी सिस्टम को इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम यहाँ पे कहा गया है। अभी हम देखेंगे कि इस सिस्टम को एक इंटरडिपेंडेंसनेस भी कहा जाता है। मतलब पूरे वर्ल्ड की सभी जो कंट्रीज है वो इंटरडिपेंड है। एक पर्टिकुलर कंट्री है कि जिसमें किसी चीज़ का प्रोडक्शन बहुत ज़्यादा मात्रा में होता है, जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल हम इंडिया का लेंगे। इंडिया में स्पाइसेस का प्रोडक्शन ज़्यादा होता है, लेकिन जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक चीज़ें हैं वो उनका प्रोडक्शन कम तौर पे होता है, इसलिए हम चाइना से उसको इंपोर्ट करते हैं। दूसरा हम एग्जांपल लेंगे कि हमारे यहाँ पे जो फ्यूल है, जैसे कि पेट्रोल है, डीजल है, ये हमारे इंडिया से एक्सट्रैक्ट नहीं होता है, यहाँ पे उसके डिपॉजिट्स नहीं मिलते हैं, इसलिए हमें कुवैत, ईरान, इराक, ये जो कंट्रीज़ है कि गल्फ कंट्रीज़ है कि जहाँ पे इसके बहुत सारे डिपॉजिट्स है, उनसे हमें इंपोर्ट करना पड़ता है। तो ऐसे सभी जो कंट्रीज़ वर्ल्ड में है वो इंटरडिपेंड है, means no one country is dependent, because we have to help some other nations and that nation will also help to us. That giving and taking system is happening on international level. That system is called interdependence. One by one we will understand that interdependence. In first one point, all the countries of the world are dependent on each other for one reason or the other. As I told you that one or other reason means for single reason also we are depend on other nation. Even big nations have to depend upon other big and small nations. Even a bigger nation can't say that that nation is independent or self-dependent. That nation must also take help from a small nation. Interdependence is an important feature of this international system, that is today's global system. मतलब आज की जो ग्लोबल सिस्टम है उसमें इंटरडिपेंडेंस ये क्या है, एक फीचर है, क्योंकि जो रिसोर्सेस होते हैं वो रिसोर्सेस किसी कंट्री में ज़्यादा तौर पे पाए जाते हैं, किसी कंट्रीज़ में वो कम तौर पे पाए जाते हैं। इसलिए हम बोल नहीं सकते हैं कि ये छोटा कंट्री है इसलिए इसके पास में कुछ भी नहीं है, ये बड़ा कंट्री है, रिच कंट्री है, इसके पास सब कुछ है, ये हम बोल नहीं सकते। छोटे कंट्री को बड़े कंट्री की मदद करनी पड़ती है और बड़े कंट्री को छोटे कंट्री की मदद करनी पड़ती है, इसी को ग्लोबल सिस्टम कहा जाता है। अब ये ग्लोबल सिस्टम जब हम बनाते हैं तब हमें पहले हमारी पॉलिसी बनानी पड़ती है। अब ये पॉलिसी क्या होती है, उसी को हम फॉरेन पॉलिसी बोलते हैं, क्योंकि हर एक कंट्री जो होता है वो अपने इंटरनल प्रॉब्लम्स को डील करने के लिए अलग अलग कंट्री के साथ में रिलेशनशिप बनाता है, अच्छे रिलेशनशिप इस्टेब्लिश करता है और उसके माध्यम से अपने खुद की कंट्री को डेवलप करने का प्रयास करता है। तो इस सिस्टम को फॉरेन पॉलिसी कहा जाता है। तो पहले हम इसकी डेफिनेशन देखेंगे कि फॉरेन पॉलिसी क्या होती है। See now, every nation has policies about its internal dealings as also about its relations with other nations. Such a policy is called foreign policy. Means whatever the internal problems we are facing, if we have to deal with these problems, at the time we have to take help from some other nations, and that policy for solving our internal problem we create, that policy is called our foreign policy. Now we have to see its background. Now actually on international level many events has taken place, like First World War, Second World War, Cold War. Such type of international incidents have already taken place. Now we have to understand why those incidents had taken place. We have to understand its background. In first one point that you can see on the screen of this video, the world in which we live today has been shaped through many events and developments. Means whatever the today's world we see, actually this world is shaped or made up by many incidents like First World War, Second World War, Cold War. Such type of incidents had already taken place, so that today's world is shaped. We know that two world wars were fought in the last century. These were the most important events in the world in that century. The world completely changed because of them only. Now we focus our attention on First World War. Actually, First World War took place in 1914 to 1918. In that war, many people lost their lives. Many countries they lost their economy. Many countries they lost their young generation, and properties lost has taken place. Even many countries economies was degraded due to First World War. As I told you that First World War took place between 1914 to 1918. Now we have to see its effects. The war caused a tremendous loss of life and property. The countries which joined the war suffered tremendous economic losses, as I told you. Even the countries which did not join the war were impacted by the war. Even some countries were not involved in First World War. Those countries were also suffering due to First World War, because European countries had their colonies in Africa and Asian continent. So far as directly or indirectly, African and Asian countries were also involved in First World War. Now we have to understand which countries were involved in First World War. Actually, there were two groups. One was Allied powers and second one was Central powers. Actually, First World War took place in Europe. So far as such type of two categories are created. In Allied powers, Britain, France, Russia, Italy, America. These member nations were there. In Central powers, Germany, Austria, Hungary, Ottoman Empire and Bulgaria. These countries were included in Central power. So among these two groups, there was First World War. Now we have to see its impacts. Which type of impact has taken place due to First World War? Because First World War has already taken place. After that, many countries they were thinking that there should be such type of institution which will handle these problems, so there should not be Second World War. So they decided such type of things. See, at the end of the First World War, all the nations felt that such a war should not happen again, and some measures need to be taken to achieve that end. So these nations were thinking that such type of devastative thing should not happen, so far as we have to take some steps. So they decided to establish League of Nations. Actually, this League of Nations, it is such type of organization which is not present now, but this League of Nations had less power at that time. Even the member nations of League of Nations were not handling disputes among themselves. Even League of Nations had not its own military power, so it got unsuccessful. When we think about the duties of League of Nations, first one is there, it became an important platform to solve international disputes and carry out negotiations. Actually, this League of Nations became a good platform for all member nations to solve their individual problems and disputes. And the main aim of this League of Nations was to avoid war and create peace among the member countries. Now we have to understand the changes after First World War. Which type of changes has taken place after First World War, that we have to understand here. Earlier empires in Europe collapsed and new nations came into being. Means whatever the earlier empires in Europe collapsed and new nations came into being. Many European countries had their colonies. Earlier empires in Europe collapsed and new nations came into being. Means whatever the early empires were there, those empires were collapsed. Many European countries had their colonies in the continents of Africa and Asia. Movements for independence started in these colonies. These movements challenged the hegemony of the European nations. अब हम एक पॉइंट हिंदी में समझने का प्रयास करेंगे कि जो फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर था उसके बाद में जो इकोनॉमी थी यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़ की वो कम्प्लीटली कोलैप्स हो चुकी थी। इसलिए उनकी जो कॉलोनीज़ अफ्रीकन और एशियन कंट्रीज़ में थी, उन कॉलोनीज़ में अलग अलग तरीके की मूवमेंट्स स्टार्ट होने लगी जो कि इंडिपेंडेंट कंट्रीज़ को बनाने के लिए चली थी। अब इस मूवमेंट्स के माध्यम से वहाँ के कंट्री के जो लोग थे वो यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़ की जो हेजिमनी थी, यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़ का जो पावर था, उसके खिलाफ उन्होंने यहाँ पे मूवमेंट्स चलाने का काम किया है। उसके बाद में ऑटोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट, मतलब जो डिक्टेटोरियल गवर्नमेंट थे वो भी इस्टेब्लिश होना स्टार्ट हो गया था फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार के बाद में, क्योंकि फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार के बाद में जो ट्रीटीज़ हुए थे उनमें कुछ कंट्रीज़ के ऊपर अन्याय हुआ था और उसके कारण वहाँ पे डिक्टेटोरियल गवर्नमेंटशिप इस्टेब्लिश हो गई। जैसे कि हम जर्मनी का एग्जांपल लेंगे, जर्मनी के ऊपर जो ट्रीटी इम्पोज किया गया था उसके कारण वहाँ के लोगों में डिसकंटेंट था, वहाँ के लोग परेशान थे और इसी परेशानी का यूज़ करने का काम हिटलर ने किया। अपनी नाज़ी पार्टी के माध्यम से उसने अपना डिक्टेटोरियल गवर्नमेंटशिप वहाँ पे इस्टेब्लिश किया। उसी के अलावा हम इटाली में देखेंगे तो इटाली में भी डिक्टेटोरियल गवर्नमेंटशिप वहाँ पे इस्टेब्लिश हो गया था और स्पेन में भी हुआ था।